Escape the Matrix energy reading. Who I'm gonna shuffle off to the side. Ignore my hands. I don't have no nails. The energy is very heavy. I don't know who I'm talking to. I don't know if I'm talking to a few people in my collective, but I know the feeling. So when you are on, well, first when you're called, meaning to me a call is like when you start realizing that you may have a higher purpose other than just the day-to-day regular life, you know, going to work, paying bills, getting married, taking care of your family. To me, being called is when you realize that you may have some sort of mission, task, or assignment that may be designated or purposed to you by a higher power. And you also realize everybody may not have these types of assignments, and everybody may not be on a divine assignment. So it's like the feeling you get, it's almost like you want to feel excited and honored, but then you feel alone because it's like you don't really have anybody to talk to about it as you're going through it. You also may feel a level of responsibility about every action that you take once you realize that you have a divine purpose. And so, you know, it's almost like you wish you could say, oh, I wish I didn't know, or, you know, why me? Why am I getting selected for this? So, speaking from someone who experienced it, it felt like, you know, my life was one way and then I was called. And the hallmark of being called is, like I said, you start to feel like you have a higher purpose, but also you may be shown things either through dreams, visions, even in the physical realm. You may be shown things that I would say, oh gosh, this water's driving me crazy. You may be shown things that everybody else doesn't see. Like, let's say you're out and about, and this is really just an example. Let's say you're out and about and you notice, let's say after maybe a year of going to the grocery store, that at least, you know, let's say you go to the this is really an example. Let's say you go to the grocery store, every time you go around 4. Well, throughout the year, let's say you notice that you see, let's say, a man and a little girl, because maybe they go shopping at the same time too. Like, and this may actually be something somebody's noticing. So I don't know where I'm getting this example. But let's say you go to the grocery store at the same time. And so throughout a year's time, you notice that in the store, there's like this older man, like grandfather type man. And then like a smaller adolescent. I'm getting like a girl, like a little girl, maybe 8 or under. And you are just now noticing, like out the blue, like the past 5 times that you saw this older man, this grandfather like man, and this little girl, you just got the feeling that that little girl was in trouble. Like, you just got the feeling. You don't know why, but you just got the feeling. And then let's say, you know, on the news, you see something like, oh, there may be like a sex trafficking ring in your area. And then let's say you start putting together, like, I wonder if that little girl, things like that. When you start connecting what are normally coincidences and you make sense of them around the same time that you are feeling like you are called to a higher power, those are the hallmarks of being called. Like when you're called, it's going to seem like you are putting together puzzle pieces that nobody else is putting together. And it would be nobody else. Nobody else caught the news story. Nobody else saw the man 5 times in the store throughout the year with the little girl. Nobody else was starting to feel like, they have a responsibility. Does that make sense? So, and it's like, let's say if you were in that situation, it's like, well, once it pings in your mind, then it's like, okay, well, I have a responsibility to do something. Like, now I'm wondering if that little girl is in danger. And now I'm realizing it's been a whole year of me seeing, so this little girl could have been in danger in a year. So now you pray to God about it and you're like, well, but God, what do I do? Like, I don't know where this man lives. I don't know this little girl. I don't know if this is true. I don't know if I'm imagining it. If I go tell anybody, they're going to think I'm crazy. What do I do? What do I do? That's the energy that I'm picking up. Some of you may have been putting together what you feel like are coincidences. At the same time, you are feeling like a pull to be responsible for something that you've never been responsible for. But it seems as if you are being shown specific things that it's like, I keep on being pulled back to this situation in my mind. And you get to the point where you're like, but what do I do about it? That's the energy I'm getting. I was in that same energy a year ago. I remember, and if you go back on my videos, you can listen to the audios about what I experienced when I was being targeted by a cult or a coven. But it was like my main thing. I was like, the way this is set up, like I'm not the only person they're doing this to. And then it was like, but then they gotta be doing this to everybody. But then it was like, well, what about people whose faith isn't as strong as mine, like to get through it? Like, how are these people? So then it's like, okay, I have to bring awareness to it. But if I talk about it, nobody else sees what I'm seeing. Like, how do I get people to believe me? And then it's like, okay, how am I as one person going to deal with this? Listen, something like that happened. I was being called. This was 1 year ago. In my head, I remember I was like, it's gonna take me like 25 years to like do something about this. That was my number. It's going to take me like 25 years to figure out what to do. The Most High God, he said one word. I was walking outside already. That's how I knew he didn't mean literal. I was walking outside to the store. I said, man, it's going to take me 25 years to work through this and figure out what a solution is. He said, walk. I'm telling you, whoever I'm talking to, just walk. Move forward. Don't think about the end. It's a year later and I can feel it. Like, he already handled it. I did the things that he ordered me to do regarding what he wanted me to do, and he did the rest. I'll tell you like this, with the Most High God leading you, you aren't going to do much. It's not going to be as much work as you've seen because you aren't going to do much. You are a vessel for the Most High God. So think of it like you're the vehicle. Cars don't have brains, right? In this situation, you don't have like a brain. In this situation, you are the car. The Most High God is calling out to you like, hey, can I drive you around? There's something I have to regulate down here. All you have to say is, Sure, God, you can drive me around. And after you let the Most High God drive around in your vessel and use your body, your vessel, to do what he needs to do, you aren't going to do much. He's going to do the work. Once you let God use you to do the work, then he pays handsomely. You'll be rewarded handsomely. Okay? So whoever I'm talking to, if you're experiencing anything like that, that's just an example. You feel like you're being called from somebody from experience, it won't be as much work as you think. Answer the call. You know, it really is a reward in itself, answering the call and being a vessel for the Most High God. Let's say if we can get some energy. Oh, we have our black sheep, loner, lone wolf, again, hey, forfeit, okay, a covenant, a contract, a partnership, or oath, okay. So someone in the energy is having to give up a covenant, a contract, a partnership, or an oath. I am getting two energies off of this. Actually, I just got more. I am getting someone in the energy that, and this could be multiple people or the same people, someone who's in a committed relationship, and it's like they are in the current energy of giving up that relationship. And I'm getting someone who may have been a part of some sort of like secret society, brotherhood, fraternity type organization. They are giving up that association. I am getting someone who may be in business with someone, and confirmation, they are giving up that business partnership. And then I'm getting someone who may have family ties to some sort of like familial type organization. I don't want to say mob, but it kind of feels like mob, just not criminal. It's something like that, like this family business or something like that. But I'm getting someone, this card says contract, partnership, oath, and covenant. I'm getting someone that is actually giving up 4 partnerships, or this could be 4 different people, or maybe you're giving up 1 of these, 2 of these, 3 of these, or 4 of these. Whoever I'm talking to, that's who I'm talking to. Someone who is a black sheep, a lone wolf, a loner, that is giving up these I feel as if these are, Spirit says false contracts. So these are false contracts. So when we incarnate with soul contracts. Our divine contracts are ones that are designated by the Most High God. These are ones we're supposed to have. I'm getting that all of these that you are in the process of forfeiting, their false contracts anyway. And all they are ever going to bring you is destruction. They're false. The Most High God didn't designate them. So I don't know if you needed confirmation you're doing the right thing. Whoever I'm talking to, you're doing the right thing. We have undecided, leader, bond. Yeah. So whoever you are an undecided leader, and you may be an undecided leader in multiple of these. Like, let's say the business, you might be the CEO. Let's say the fraternity, you may be like the big brother. Let's say in the partnership, you may be like the main business owner, like, or you may hold the majority stock, or however they say it, the majority investment. I don't know how to say it. I don't know the exact terms, but like you hold 51% of whatever the business. And then like in the family business, you may be like like the one everybody goes to, and you're undecided being the leader about these binds. Like I said, if you're undecided about, they're false contracts. They're not designated by the Most High God. They aren't going to bring you anything but destruction. You may get you may get like false wins, false victories. Like it may seem like, oh, it's lucrative. But if you have been associated with these, I'm getting 15 years for some. I'm getting, you have been associated with whatever these is for 15 plus years, but you're in the same spot. They're false contracts. They aren't going to be blessed. We have law enforcement, anger, rage, celebration. Something about law enforcement being involved, anger or rage due to a celebration. Oh, I don't know if you are. This is really specific. This law enforcement energy is not giving me a group of people. This law enforcement energy is giving me one person. I'm going to channel what I feel. And I feel like this law enforcement energy is someone that you have, like, it's not contract, maybe an oath. It could be a verbal oath. So like I'm getting, this may be, if you're female, like a sorority sister. If you're a male, a fraternity brother. This law enforcement energy is not necessarily, it could be a judge, a clerk, a lawyer. But this law enforcement energy, whoever this is, take what resonates, that you have an oath with. I'm not getting a family tie, but you have something where this person feels, something where you feel this person feels like you should be obligated to them. That energy is in an anger or a rage regarding like you being happy about breaking these contracts. So mostly everybody else understands your position with whatever you are doing. You have one energy that is angry, and I believe Spirit may just want to warn you. The fact that they are in law enforcement may speak to the fact that depending on what your association with them is, they may use their ties to whatever law enforcement they are associated with to affect a celebration you might be planning. This could be literal, like if you're planning a party or something like that. It could be like a literal celebration, like maybe you planning to go out for your birthday, New Year's. It could be, oh, okay. Whoever I'm talking to, if you're planning to go out for New Year's, this energy that feels like you should be obligated to them by an oath, like a brother, sorority, something like that. This person's in an anger or a rage about a celebration you're planning, and it might be New Year's. So Spirit may just be wanting to warn you about this person. Just be aware that someone is in an anger or a rage regarding you in a celebration. If this energy resonates, then whatever it is, I wouldn't listen to any. I'm getting that they may try to contact you and act like they're letting bygones be bygones so that they can get to this celebration. But it's like they're planning to use like this law enforcement energy that they're associated with to like do something at your celebration. And this is really specific. I'm getting like plant something at the celebration, like do something to get you in trouble. So y'all just be careful out there. People really don't like being cut off. And I've learned that the hard way. Like, especially people who use you, if that makes sense. if this is somebody who's been using you, then that could explain their anger or their rage. People, whenever they're mad at you, they will like basically feel justified in reacting against you, as if, you know, they deserve revenge just for you cutting them off, because they may be at a loss losing you, even though you may not be. But I hope this helps. You all be careful. New Year's Eve. Good day. God bless.